quality content.
What's going on, guys? It's Jordan, back at it again with another quality video. So today is the second episode of a series that I'm going to start calling Story Time. Now, last time I told you guys a story about how when I was 6.5 years old, my family took me to Disney World, me and my sisters at least, and we went out to dinner at a hotel, and Cinderella asked me to dance, and I turned her down after several aggressive attempts to get me to dance with her. And today I've got another story that I think is pretty funny. I don't know if you're going to think it's funny, but that's really not my decision. I'm just here to put videos out to suffice your need for videos that I make, because I'm tired of getting roasted by people because I don't put out content consistently. So, sorry, not sorry. Anyways, so about 2 months ago, we did a tournament in a city somewhere, but I don't even remember where it was. I know it was at a baseball tournament out there in that place, and it was a pretty good weekend. I mean, we didn't win all 3 of our games, which is unfortunate because the baseball team is pretty raw. And we ended up winning, I think, 1 game, losing 1, and tying 1 out of the 3 that we played. We didn't win out our bracket, which was unfortunate, but we did have a good weekend altogether. Our pitchers did really good, and I got to have fun with my friends, which is rare. So after the 2 games that we played on Sunday, my parents and we decided to head home. And this is before I have upgraded my phone. This is before I've done all this other great stuff, which has really been a big deal in my life. But we were on our way home, and my mom and dad were talking in the front seat, and it usually takes them about 20 to 30 minutes before they start asking me questions. Now, I'm not the only one in the car at this point, because I'm in the car with my friend Hayden, and we're both just chilling in the back seat listening to music, and then my parents start to converse with us in the back seat. Now, I don't take my earbuds out because I don't think they're talking to me, and Hayden's responding, so I'm like, all right, this is fine. I'm just gonna chill. But they were talking to me, and I didn't realize that until about 5-10 minutes later. My mom grabbed me and tapped me in the knee. Now, there's a situation at our school. We have 2 students that are new, or they're not really new because they did attend our school a couple years ago. My parents were asking me about that. They were like, so we know these kids are coming back. We know you've kind of had some issues with them in the past. And I didn't really want to talk about it. So, she kept pushing. So I answered her question. And unfortunately, what I was thinking in that moment was not exactly what I should have been thinking. Now, I'm going to kind of cover this. So, we all have thoughts, right? But when we think, sometimes we say what we're thinking and we don't realize it. So, I'm thinking in my head, so my parents were asking me this question about these kids. I know I've had issues with them. I don't really like them that much, but, those words weren't the nicest. The words that I was actually saying weren't the nicest, and I'm thinking in my head, man, I effing hate these kids. So, I'm looking at my mom, and I'm thinking that, right? And I actually wasn't just thinking it. I said, man, I effing hate these kids. And my mom looks at me, and she's like, she has this look on her face, and she is just astonished with me, like, holy crap, he really just said that. And after about 15 to 30 seconds, she realized that I had said it, and about 2 minutes later, I'm sitting and thinking, this is fine, I was only thinking it, and so she's like, you really just say that? Before I processed what could happen, I see freaking goofball off to my right, Hayden, start laughing. He's like, it's so funny. And my dad starts laughing. And I'm like, I don't know why you're laughing. You're like a pastor or whatever. But she looks at me and she's wide-eyed. And she's like, I don't know. I couldn't really put an emotion on it. I don't know if she was angry or sad. But it was one of the two. And she went off on me. She was like, I cannot believe you just said that, blah, da, 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 right? And it's just, like, this whole spiel about, like, why are you saying these things? I thought we already went over this. You know, you're not supposed to be cursing around us. And I'm like, all right, fine, chill. And she's like, you really didn't just tell me to chill. And I can't keep my mouth shut. I've got a bad habit of making things worse than they need to be. So I just kept talking. That wasn't a good idea. I hate stuttering. But I'm sitting in the back seat, and with Goofball and my dad laughing, I start to laugh. And she's looking at me, and her eyes get even wider, and she starts to look, like, angry. And she's like, all right, so you want to play that game. And I realized instantly, oh my gosh, I know exactly what she's talking about. Now, to put that in perspective, there was a time last year. This was when I had first started making videos. And I know some of you know exactly what I'm talking about because, like, you were there for that. I mean, you didn't really get to experience, like, what my mom put me through. Well, I mean, she really put me through anything. I put myself through it. But she went through the camera that I was recording my videos on, and she found a bunch of clips where I was sitting in my room, or I was sitting in a car, or I was just, like, I had the camera in my hand, and I'm just, like, I'm dropping bombs left and right. I'm dropping F this, F that, S this, like, what's all this stuff, call people a-holes, like, it was just, it was bad, like, it wasn't good at all, and I do have my regrets, and I know some of you are gonna start laughing at this part, because, like, you know me at school, right? Not great. But altogether, she asked me, she says, do you want to play this game? Now, after she caught me the first time, she says the same thing. She says, you want to play that game? Now, my mom, for those of you that know her, she's really nice, and she likes to tell jokes, which really aren't that funny, and I'm sorry, Mom, if you see this, like, you're not that funny. Well, kind of funny, but most times it's not. And she's like, so you want to say words like that in this house? And I realize instantly what's about to happen. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gonna say it. And I'm like, I'm scared out of my mind because my mom does not do that stuff. And then I'm just like, please God, don't let her do it. Don't let her do it. And I'm just looking at her, and her eyes get wide, and she's like, so you want to say, like, she just drops it. She dropped the F-bomb. She's like, you want to say that? And I was like, no. And I'm like, I'm scared out of my mind because I don't know how to react to my mom saying that stuff to me. I'm like, holy crap, Mom. What the heck? And then she just keeps doing it. She's like, so you want to say this and this and this and this. She says every curse word that I could think of. And I was just like, holy cow. What did I just do? And it got worse because I'm in the car and my mom, we're gonna jump back to what I was telling before. My mom, she says, you want to play that game again? And I was like, no, I don't. And I'm like, I'm scared out of my mind at this point. I'm like cowering in the corner. I can only go so far up against the door, and like my cheek was pretty much smeared against the glass. Nah. Oh my gosh. And then my mom looks in the back seat. She sees Hayden still laughing at it. She's like, will you stop laughing and encouraging him? And then she looks over at her husband, my dad. Oh my gosh. And he's laughing, and she's like, it's not that funny. And it was just, oh my gosh. Anyways, so in the end of it all, my mom, she doesn't like when I cuss. And yeah, that's really about it. Like, she hates it with a passion. More than anything I can think of, she just hates it. And like, sometimes I can't control it because I'm just thinking it and it comes out like it did. But, you know, not much can be said about that. I love my parents, and you know, I gotta respect their wishes, so sometimes I gotta keep myself under control. And that's another funny thing some of y'all are gonna laugh at because I don't really control myself most of the time because I'm kind of wild. But I love my parents, so I do what they say, or I try to at least. And just don't cuss at your parents. Like even if you're from a broken home, whether you've been abused or not, just don't cuss at them. It's not cool. It doesn't make you cool. Like I'm just lost at this point. I think I'm gonna start ending the video. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video is gonna be like maybe a minute or so longer than the last one, but I want to thank you guys for watching. You know, thanks for your support. You know, the last video is up to like 74 views from 2 days ago, which is probably the most I've had ever. But you know, I'm thankful for the support that I have, no matter how small it is. You know, it's great. You know, leave a thumbs up, comment, dislike, like, whatever. It's all cool. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.